Hi, I'm Vanessa from SpeakEnglishWithVanessa.com. Are you ready to sound more fluent in English? Let's talk about it. Today, you are going to learn 5 quick and easy phrases that are kind of like a shortcut to sounding fluent. When you use these expressions, other English speakers will feel very comfortable, it will seem very natural, and they are quick and easy ways to level up your English. To help you with this lesson, I have created a free PDF download with all of these 5 expressions, a lot of sample sentences, a lot of ideas and tips for using them. So make sure you check out the free PDF. You can download it by clicking on the link in the description below this video. This is my gift to you. I hope you enjoy the PDF worksheet. Yes, you can do it. All right, let's get started with the first expression that is a quick and easy way to sound fluent. Phrase number 1 is gotcha. Gotcha can be used in 2 different ways. Let's start with the first one. The first one is just to show that you understand. For example, if your friend went on a date and that date was terrible, everything went wrong, and your friend says, you know what, I don't think I'm going to go on a second date with him. You might say, gotcha. And that simply means, I understand. We are connecting on a deep level because I understand what you mean. I wouldn't want to go on a second date with him either. Gotcha. The second way to use gotcha is to surprise someone, usually with some kind of trick. So let me give you a quick example. On my husband's birthday, in the morning, we said, happy birthday, it's your birthday. And then I said, oh no, I forgot to buy you a present. And he said, well, I guess it's okay. You know, everyone forgets sometimes. And then I said, gotcha, here's your present. So I tricked him. This is a very light and silly way. It's not a serious situation. But I said, gotcha, I tricked you. He believed that I didn't get him a present. So I can use this fun expression and say, gotcha. Quick and easy phrase number 2 is never mind. Never mind. This often means forget about it or it doesn't matter. And usually we use this when something is too long or complicated to explain, or we just don't want to talk about it anymore. Let me give you 2 examples. My mom and I were at a cafe looking at a chocolate cake and a chocolate chip cookie. We said, which one should we get? Oh, chocolate cake, that looks so good. Oh, that chocolate chip cookie, that also looks good. And I said, never mind, let's get both. So here, I didn't want to go into a long explanation. Which one should we get? Oh, let's talk about the pros and cons. Now, never mind, let's just get both of them. Or have you ever been in this situation where someone asks you for directions? So the other day, my friend asked me, hey, where's the nearest grocery store? And I tried to explain to her, and I said, never mind, just use Google Maps. It's a lot easier. So I didn't want to explain to her how to get to the grocery store. It would be much easier and much more simple to just look at Google Maps. So I said, never mind, don't listen to my explanation. No, it's too confusing. It doesn't matter. Forget about it. Forget what I said. Just look at Google Maps. Never mind. Quick and easy phrase to sound more fluent number 3 is gotta go or gotta run. Let's talk about the full expression first. The full grammatical expression is I have got to go. I have got to run. But we don't really use it like that. This just means I need to leave. But we often reduce this to I've gotta go. So we make a contraction with I have, I've gotta go. Or I've gotta run, but sometimes we cut out the verb have completely and just say, I gotta go, I gotta run. And a quick little pronunciation tip is that in American English, a T that is surrounded by vowels often changes to a D sound. So listen carefully when I say that phrase. If I say, it's already 6 o'clock, I gotta run, gotta run. It's exactly like a D sound. So if you want to up your American accent, you can include this pronunciation when you speak. I gotta go, I gotta run. It doesn't mean that you're going to exercise and run. It just means I need to leave, probably quickly. I gotta go, I gotta run. Quick and easy fluent phrase number 4 is no worries, no problem. This is kind of like a 2-for-1 deal, 2 phrases in one. So this is just another informal way to say, you're welcome. But we often use this in light situations. So for example, if you've helped someone at work, maybe you proofread an email that they were going to send, or you looked over their project, they might say, thanks so much for helping me get my project done. And you say, no worries, it's my pleasure. No worries, it's my pleasure. Or if it was pouring down rain and you gave someone your umbrella for the afternoon, they could say, thanks so much for letting me borrow your umbrella. You can use this great phrase, no problem. No problem, or no worries, no worries. Excellent way to level up your fluency in English. Quick and easy fluent phrase number 5 is, for real? For real? So this phrase can be used in a positive or a negative way depending on your tone of voice. So let me give you some examples. Take a look at this sentence. When the sales associate told me that the computer costs $4,000, I said, for real? Can you tell by my face and by my tone of voice? I'm shocked. I'm surprised. And maybe I want to verify, really? Is it really $4,000? That's really expensive. I'm not asking them to actually give me an answer because the price is right there. It's a fact, it's $4,000. But I'm showing my surprise by saying, for real? That's really expensive. For real? So we call this a rhetorical question. It means when you ask a question, but you don't expect a response. It's just kind of a figure of speech. So if somebody says, yeah, that computer's $4,000, you might say, what? For real? But we can use this in a positive way too. So let's imagine that I looked at the computer, it's $4,000, way too expensive. I go to the next store, and at the next store, the sales associate says, yeah, this computer is $400. I might say, for real? That's a great deal. Can you tell in the tone of my voice that it's something positive? I am responding with positive surprise. $4,000? Nope. $400? What a deal. We might even call it a steal. What a steal. So you can use for real in this type of positive surprise as well. If your friend tells you some positive news like, I'm gonna have a baby, you might say, for real? You're not asking them, wait, are you lying to me? No, this is a rhetorical question. You're not asking for a response. You're simply showing surprise or shock, but in that positive way. I know I said that we're going to be studying 5 quick and easy expressions, but I couldn't help myself. I want to give you a bonus expression. So our bonus quick and easy fluent phrase is, what's that? What's that? This is a nice informal way to ask, I didn't understand what you said. Can you repeat that, please? But it's very quick. You can just say, what's that? What's that? Let me give you an example, and then we'll talk about some pronunciation so that you don't mix it up with another phrase that is almost exactly the same. So if I'm talking with one of my students and I just don't understand what the student said, maybe their pronunciation was incorrect, or maybe they were talking too quickly, or maybe there was some noise, I might say, what's that? What's that? And it's just a way to ask, hey, can you repeat that thing you said because I didn't understand it? There was some noise, or maybe your pronunciation, I'm not sure what happened, but you can just say, what's that? What's that? Notice how I'm emphasizing both words. What's that? What's that? What's that? Because if you go into, let's say you go into a bakery, and I'm thinking about chocolate right now, I guess. Let's say you go into a bakery and you see a dessert that you really want, but for some reason, the one that you want doesn't have a label on it. So you might ask the person who works in the bakery, what's that? What's that? You're simply asking, what's the name of that thing? This is different than, I don't understand. Do you want to hear that pronunciation difference? What's that? What's that? You're emphasizing that because you're pointing to that dessert. And in this way, you're using it in the very normal way. What's that? What's that thing? But if you want to use this phrase to say, I didn't hear what you said, please repeat, you need to emphasize both words. Listen when I say it. What's that? What's that? What's that? They both have equal emphasis. What's that? What's that? You can often use this if there's a bad connection. Maybe you're having a phone conversation or a Zoom call or something like this, and the connection starts to cut out a little bit. You might say, "What's that? I didn't hear what you said." "What's that? What did you say? What's that?" It's a great thing to use in those types of situations where you can't understand, but maybe there's just a technical problem. All right, I know that I just had one bonus expression, but I decided to add 50 more. Quick and easy. Gotcha. Not really. I was just joking. Well, I gotta run. We gotta finish this lesson, and it's time for me to move on with my day. But before we go, I have a question for you. Tell me in the comments, what would you say if your boss told you, "I need you to work late this weekend"? Which one of these phrases would you use? There's a couple options. You can use a couple of these phrases in this situation. What would you tell your boss in this situation? "I need you to work late this weekend." Well, thank you so much for learning English with me. Don't forget to download the free PDF so that you can learn all of these 5 quick and easy phrases to sound more fluent, plus the bonus expression. And at the bottom of the free worksheet, you can answer Vanessa's challenge question. You'll have a chance to use what you've learned. So thank you so much, and I'll see you again next Friday for a new lesson here on my YouTube channel. Bye! The next step is to download the free PDF worksheet for this lesson. With this free PDF, you will master today's lesson and never forget what you have learned. You can be a confident English speaker. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for a free English lesson every Friday. Bye!